at the Shade Primary School. I'm really glad it's my turn to do assembly this week. And I tell you what, I had the best morning yesterday when I was outside school with my puppy Wilson, and I got to see some of you and say hello and say welcome back to school. It was so lovely and it started my week off in such a good way. So I hope that you're all having a good week so far. Now, we're thinking about two words at the minute, aren't we, this term? We're thinking about perseverance and we're thinking about compassion, which are two very big words. And we're going to hear a story today about somebody who perseveres. And persevering is keeping going. It's keep trying and keeping going, even if something's difficult or even if it takes a long time. And we're going to hear about this lady today. And she persevered. She kept going because something wasn't right. And she wanted to make sure that it was right. She was asking for help over and over again so that she could get what was right. And she persevered. Now we're also thinking about compassion in our story. And actually, maybe we're thinking about somebody who doesn't have a lot of compassion. Somebody who's not very kind and isn't very compassionate. So let's listen to our story, which comes from what Christians call the Bible and what Christians call the New Testament. And we're going to hear about the story that Jesus told about the lady who persevered. So let's listen to our Bible story. Jesus told a story to his disciples about how they should never lose hope. He said that once there was a judge, and the judge didn't really care about God, and he didn't care about what other people thought of him. He did not care at all. Now, in the same town, there was a lady, and this lady was being treated unfairly by somebody. There was someone not being fair to the lady, so she decided to go and see the judge and ask for his help. And she said to the judge, "There is somebody who is not being fair to me. Can you help me? Can you help me because you are the judge and you are in charge?" But the judge didn't want to help. He did not want to help the lady, so he didn't. And so the lady came back again and she said, "There is someone not being fair to me. Please, will you help me?" And again, the judge didn't care. So the lady went away. But she came back again and again and again. And she kept saying to the judge, "There is somebody who is not being fair to me. Please, can you help me?" After a long time, when the lady had been coming again and again and again, the judge thought to himself, "I don't care about God and I don't care what people think. But this lady is bothering me. She keeps coming again and again. I will help her. And then, if I help her, she won't bother me again." And so the judge helped the lady eventually. Now, who do we think in that story was persevering, was keeping going and going and going? Well, I think the lady in our story was persevering because something difficult had happened and she wasn't being treated fairly. But the judge wasn't listening to her, and that's very difficult. But she came back, and she came back, and she came back and came back and came back until the judge listened to her and did the right thing. So she persevered in that very difficult situation. It was very tough for her, but she kept going, didn't she? And she kept trying. And the other word we're thinking about is compassion, isn't it? Kindness, compassion. Now, the judge in our story wasn't very compassionate. He didn't seem very kind because he didn't really care about the woman at all, did he? And in the end, he only helped her so that he would stop having to hear her, so that he could get rid of her. And that's not very compassionate, is it? It's not very kind, is it? So today, maybe we can think about people who are persevering, people who are trying and trying to keep going and to keep doing something, even though it's tough or difficult. And you might be that person today. You might be somebody who's keeping going and keeping trying. We're also going to think about how we can be not like the judge, but we can be kind and compassionate and listen to people and help them when they're persevering, when they're going through something difficult and they're keeping going and going and going. We can help them to do that. Now I'm going to say a prayer. If you'd like to make it your prayer, say Amen at the end. Dear God, please help us when we are persevering through something difficult. Help us to feel strong as we keep trying and keep going. Help us to not be like the judge, but to be kind and compassionate and listen to people when they need us. Amen. Now I hope you all have a wonderful first week back. I really do. And I hope I get to see some of you really soon. Bye everyone.